वंदना करे वंदना, वंदना करे वंदना। मन से माँ की जय जयकार करें। आज के दिन हम पुलकित मन से माँ की जय जयकार करें। शीश नवाकर श्री चरणों में नमन बारंबार करें। शीश नवाकर श्री चरणों में नमन बारंबार करें। आज के दिन हम पुलकित मन से माँ की जय जयकार करें। आज के दिन हम पुलकित मन से माँ की जय जयकार करें। शीश नवाकर श्री चरणों में नमन बारंबार करें। शीश नवाकर श्री चरणों में नमन बारंबार करें। नमन बारंबार करें, नमन बारंबार करें। आदि शक्ति की आराधना, आदि शक्ति की आराधना। वंदना करे वंदना, वंदना करे वंदना। आदि शक्ति की वंदना, आदि शक्ति की वंदना। प्रार्थना करें प्रार्थना, प्रार्थना करें प्रार्थना। निर्मल माँ से प्रार्थना, निर्मल माँ से प्रार्थना। वंदना करे वंदना, वंदना करे वंदना करे वंदना करे वंदना। माँ तेरी जय हो, तेरा ही विजय हो। माँ तेरी जय हो, तेरा ही विजय हो। तेरे गीत से आज जग ये जीवित हो। तेरे गाँव के खेत भीगा रहे हैं। तेरे गाँव के खेत भीगा रहे हैं। तेरे आज नगरों में जय जय की धूम है। तेरे जगी दीन दुनिया तुम्हें देख के, ये जगी दीन दुनिया। और वो गा रही है कि माँ तेरी जय हो। और वो गा रही है कि माँ तेरी जय हो, तेरा ही वहाँ लिख रही थी के माँ तेरी जय हो। वहाँ लिख रही थी के माँ तेरी जय हो। माँ तेरी जय हो, तेरा ही विजय हो। माँ तेरी जय हो, तेरा ही विजय हो। तेरे गीत से आज जग ये जीवित हो माँ।
अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। जन्म दिन में तेरा करे तेरा रचन। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। अहो भाग्य सबके पधारे स्वयं माँ। अहो भाग्य सबके पधारे स्वयं माँ। त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा। त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा। आँखों में करुणा क्षमा दिल में भर कर। आँखों में करुणा क्षमा दिल में भर कर। प्रगटा है गुण सगुण रूप लेकर। प्रगटा है गुण सगुण रूप लेकर। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। आदिशक्ति करे तेरी भक्ति। आदिशक्ति करे तेरी भक्ति। जाने स्वयं को तो मिल जाए मुक्ति। जाने स्वयं को तो मिल जाए मुक्ति। कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया। कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया। अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया। अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। अर्पण तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरण। जगत को निर्मल रूप अपना बना सहज विश्व हो जाए, सहजे हर एक जन खिले फूल निर्मल, महक जाए गुलशन, खिले फूल निर्मल, महक जाए गुलशन। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरण, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरण। जन्म दिन तेरा करे तेरा रचन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरण, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरण, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरण।
श्री ब्रह्मदेव सरस्वती श्री ब्रह्मदेव श्री ब्रह्मदेव सरस्वती साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता निर्मला देवे नमो। माताजी तू ही भवानी, 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 माताजी तू ही भवानी। तो दुर्गा आदिशक्ति तजानी, माताजी तू ही भवानी, माताजी तू ही भवानी।
Our honored guests, our respected Home Affairs Ministry is here, who has been always a very great Deshbhakt. I admired him because he loved his country, he's very patriotic. And as you know, my father and mother both were very patriotic. They sacrificed everything for the country, and I also was always condemned by everyone as being a very patriotic person. We must love the country in which we are born. There is some connection, very great connection between yourself and your country. And I've seen that after Sahaja Yoga, all those who have been transformed into new visions and new ideas always know what's wrong in their own country. And so conscious of it. I'm surprised that every one of them have been able to tell me what's wrong in their country and what should be done. They never identified with the wrongs or the misdeeds of their country. It's very surprising. On the contrary, they said, Mother, all these countries require your attention so that they should be corrected. Their politicians should be corrected, their citizens should be corrected, and that people should really evolve into a new consciousness. All of them have been working it out. Now we have here very few Sahajogis from abroad, but I tell you it's surprising how these Sahajogis have enlightened thousands and thousands of Sahajogis all over the world. They are the ones who are working. I am not working like them. They work very hard. You can see the way we have got these felicitations from all these people, all because they approached these people, told them all about Sahaja Yoga. They might have even given them realization. And that's how they have worked it out. So we have to worry about our own country and its own problems, why these problems are there. And I tell you, your wishes and your efforts will definitely improve the conditions of your own countries. And it's happening in everywhere. Also should happen in India. Once we are realized souls, it is our most important duty is, first of all, look after your own societies, look after your own country. If you can't do that, what's the use of getting self-realization? Because self-realization stands on one power, and the power of love, and one art of selfless love. If that is there, immediately you start seeing the people who are surrounding you, who are in your village, who are also in the neighborhood, or also who are in your city and in your country. Immediately you start understanding what's the problem. Even your own society. For I have seen after coming to Sahaja Yoga, people have tried to improve so many things in their own society. Shivaji has said, Swadharma Jagavava. That's the only message he gave for the future. Swadharma Jagavava. Swa means the spirit. You awaken your spirit. That is what we have to achieve, because he himself was a realized soul. So he said, this is what you have to do, is to make your spirit awaken. Now, with that light of the spirit, what happens? You just see clearly, very clearly, you say, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with your society? What's wrong in your country? Everything you see very clearly, and you also have power to correct it. If you are aware of your power, and if you have mastered it, you can do it. You can do it not for yourself, but for your family, for your society, for everyone. One of the ambassadors, she told me that, Mother, we are very happy. I said, why? Because we are not competitive, so everybody is happy with us. This is what it is, that you realize that you don't have to worry about getting something higher position, getting into something very rich, you can say properties. No. Because the satisfaction part is within you. You are so satisfied within yourself that you don't run after things. Like the economics, the modern economics as it is based on one simple factor, that human beings are never satisfied. Today they want something, they'll run for it and do every sort of thing and make money, get it. Then they are not satisfied, they want to have something else. And then they want to have something else. This is the basis of economics, modern economics. But Sahaja Yoga is different. Sahaja Yoga economics is this thing that I have got realization, all right, I must share with others. If I have got this satisfaction, I must share with them. The sharing part is so important in Sahaja Yoga, and which people are doing with such beauty. As I told you the other day, that we have to learn the art of loving. It's very simple. If you know how to say a few sweet things, how to give something sweetly, how to share with others very sweetly. It is not difficult for you at all, because you have got your spirit to give you the joy. I know Sahaja Yoga has done wonders. Such a power your spirit has, such a beauty it has, and such love and peace it has. Only it is to be brought into your attention, which is going hither, thither, thither. Only if your attention is enlightened by the Spirit, you become such a wonderful person. All these things, as they are described in Sanskrit, Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsara, Lobha, Moha, all of them drop by themselves. All the anger, all the stupid things we do, and all the aggressive things we do drops out. Now regarding Sakar and Nirakar is very simple to be understood. After getting realization, you can feel the spanda, you can call it, a vibratory awareness is there. With that you can feel what is truth, what is not. Now I would say that there is no truth in worshipping a statue which is created by a drunkard or a person who is using it for money. But even in the Bible it is said that whatever created by the sky or by the Mother Earth should not be disrespected. This is what we call is the Swayambhu. But Swayambhus for people who are not realized souls is just a sort of a ritual, a karma kand. It's just a karma kand. They don't understand whether this, whatever is a Swayambhu or not. Now you being Sahaja Yogis, you have seen what I have told you, that go and see which are the Swayambhus and you have accepted them. I know in Tukarama's place you all were dumping and were enjoying it, because you could feel the Chaitanya, you could feel the vibrations. So first you should know about Nirakar, and then you can find out about Sakar. There's no quarrel about it. But if you are not a realized soul, how can you say which place is Swayambhu and which is not? So the whole problem is solved. But first you must have the knowledge of vibrations. Now if you ask me a very serious question that we are having in our country, which I would like to tell you about, is about Sri Rama's Mandir. Was Sri Rama was born there or not? He was. You can feel it on your hands, you can feel it, all of you can feel it. He was born there, no doubt. But for that, what is there to fight? Whether it's a masjid or anything, Sri Rama was born there, vibrations are there, whatever you may do. But to glorify him, you must have a temple, doesn't matter. Whether you have a masjid or a temple is the same. And if you want to have a temple, you must do it after realization, not before that. And also you should put there only realized souls who will be in charge of the puja. Then only you will do real credit to that great soul of Sri Rama. Now all of them here, whatever they country from, they know Sri Rama. Not only that, but they know where he is within us. And they know how to worship him. They also know about Muhammad Sahib. They also know about Christ. They know the truth about Him within their own body, within themselves. Once that is the knowledge, the true knowledge, the absolute knowledge, then what is the quarrel about? Everybody feels the same way. What will you quarrel for? If I say that my country, India, is a yoga bhumi, all right, you ask all of them, whether they come from this country or that country also, yogis, they will say so. So when they come from abroad, they bow to this country. While we Indians may not, but they do, because they know this is a yoga bhumi. And the kundalini of the whole universe is inside this yoga bhumi. आप लोगों को देख के सब लोग खुश हुए हैं, इसी प्रकार आप और भी लोगों को खुश करिए और सबका जीवन बदलिए. ये परम कर्तव्य है, परम धन है और सबसे बड़ा पुण्य है. लोगों का जीवन बदलना बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है और वो आपके लिए साध्य है, कोई मुश्किल चीज़ नहीं. अनंत आशीर्वाद.
और ऐसी माँ जिसने संसार को एक कर दिया है. यहाँ मैं चारों तरफ देख रहा हूँ. All around I see faces from all over the world. That is brotherhood. That is what humankind is. That is her greatness. Because in our own Shastras, we have said one thing. Our forefathers said it. Sarve bhavantu sukhana, sarve santu naramaya, sarve pashyantu bhadrani, ma kachit dukh bhagavaya. Nobody should be hurt, no should be in pain. Everybody should good. Everyone. That is what she is. That is what she does for others. And secondly, she has proved to the world this whole world is one. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This whole world is one brotherhood. And this whole world, the people don't realize it, but the time has come to realize that what our forefathers said, what she optimizes today is that Yatra Vishwa Bhavati Ek Needam, where the whole world is supposed to be a nest. It is not much bigger. It is just small nest in which we have to exist, and that is due to her love. It is a question. It is a flow. It is a flow. It is a flow of love, affection, blessing, just like the Ganges out of the Gangotri. That's what she is. Mom, what are you? You are something, goodness incarnation in human form. That is what I call her. Thank you very much.
How can I express my love and my gratitude to Shri Mataji? How should I do it in only 3 minutes? Shri Mataji, you are the primordial mother, having taken your birth in the 20th century. How can I thank you in only 3 minutes? You are the avatar of the modern time who have descended for the emancipation and salvation of mankind. How then can I thank you in only 3 minutes? Shri Mataji, you are the mother of thousands and thousands and thousands of Sahaja Yogis to whom you have given the most precious gift the divine can bestow upon human beings, self-realization, awakening, rebirth. How then, Shri Mataji, can I thank you in only 3 minutes? The stars shine a billion nights and are still not able to express your beauty. The sun is shining a billion days and is yet not able to reflect your light. The nature has nourished a billion plants, but will never be able to equalize your motherly love. All the birds are singing the praise of your name in the morning hours, but they will never be able to name all your qualities. The learned men have filled billions of pages with knowledge, but will never be able to reflect even a glimpse of your wisdom. The musicians have composed billions of harmonies, but they will never match the effect of your smile. The poets
have written billions of verses, but will never be able to describe the divine magic of your being. How then will I be able to thank you in only 3 minutes?
And although we feel that we are many now, and when we see this hall full of loving hearts for Shri Mataji, there are so many more in their countries who love you just the same, who wish you such a wonderful, happy birthday, and who pray that we will become more and more to receive that divine gift which you have bestowed upon us. Shri Mataji, so many blessings are there, but this is just the fragrance of the jewel. The jewel itself, which you have planted in our hearts, is that we felt your divine essence and that we got connected in deep love to the power which has created us. And this was the very first thing which brought us into Sahaja Yoga, when, despite all our problems which we had, despite all the things which we have done wrong, very silently, very gently, you have opened our chakras, you have opened our hearts, you have given us what we ever had been seeking. Thank you.
The science you teach us is a pure science. The science you teach us is a perfect science. The science that you teach us is a divine science. Shri Mataji, the technology and the medicine today does nothing compared to a single bandhan that you have taught us to perform.
From the head of the Sufis movement in Turkey, a message which says that heaven lies at the feet of Shri Mataji. And I call upon Mrs. Hilal to read out the poetry sent by the Sufi saint.
Shri Mataji, first I want to thank you for all Turkey. This is a nation that you saved in this very short time, in 7 years. We were seeking God and we were lost in the darkness of Islam. And through you, we understand what is Islam. Through you, we felt the peace and love and satisfaction at the end. I don't know how can I thank you. I want to thank you for all the Muslims. I wish they feel the same love and peace in their heart. You save us because you remove all the fundamentalism from Turkey. What could we ask more? What could we ask more, Mother? And now I'm reading the letter of the Sufi Dede from Turkey. Most respectful Mother, the central support of nations and homes, the holiest of all the worldly beings. If a thorn pierces our hand, your heart bleeds. Such a mother do I know, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Shri Mother, the most precious diamond at the center of the heart's necklace, born as a unique pearl from the mother of a pearl like Amina Hatun, Hazreti Muhammad said, heavens are under the mother's feet. Shri Mataji, you are my heaven. May your 75th birthday be most auspicious. Sufi Dede from Mevlevis, Hüseyin Top. Jai Shri Mataji. And we love you.
Shri Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Ji, Sahaj Yogis, distinguished guests, this is my second meeting with Shri Mataji, my first meeting with Sahaj Yogis, and to be candid, I feel quite bewildered and quite humble. I ask myself what brings so many of you from all parts of the world, from all parts of India, from all parts of this great city, on this occasion. What moves 5,000 people belonging to different faiths, different communities, different backgrounds to gather under one tent? What inspires so many of you to be so devoted, so humble, so united, so joyful? And I ask myself, if all this can happen to 5,000 people on one evening, why cannot it happen to 5 billion people in this world? And in a more limited way, why cannot it happen to the 95 crores of people living in this great and ancient land? Faith has moved all of you to this place. Love has united you. And I join all of you in paying homage and seeking the blessings of Shri Mataji. I'm too small, too insignificant to ask for anything more except the blessings of Shri Mataji on all of us gathered here and all the Sahaj Yogis and all the people of the world. I seek your blessings. I seek your love. I seek your guidance. Guide the people of this world. Thank you very much.
We pray that you live for 1,000 years, and each of those years should have not just 365 days, but 50,000 years. But I would go a little further and beyond. I would say we need you here until each person has been transformed, and we need you ever thereafter to ensure that they stay as angels ever thereafter.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. So much has been said, and really my heart is full of gratitude for all of you to come here all the way, and the way people have described about Sahaja Yoga. To understand Sahaja Yoga, we should know where are we today in this Kali Yuga. What are we facing today? It should really make you feel quite disturbed to see the way things are going on in every country, everywhere. What's the problem? What is such a need for people to become so restless, full of tensions, collectively, country-wise, Anywhere you go, you find some sort of a confusion. Terrible. The whole society seems to be boiling with kind of a fear of destruction. What is the reason? There are so many religions, so many organized, disorganized, all kinds of things. There are so many sadhus and sants. There are so many books written about what you should have. But the only one who is a seeker of truth should see one point. Why? Why there is so much problem in this world, and how can you help them? But our attention is not on the spirit. They call it Atma Vimukh. Our attention is outside. At this stage, at the human awareness, our attention is outside. Outside in various things. Now, where should our attention go? To evolve. For what? To achieve what? Firstly, our attention has now go towards our spirit, towards spiritual understanding. This is one thing has to happen to human beings to begin with. Otherwise, our attention is outside. We are worried about money, worried about power, worried about this, worried about that, in competition and all kinds of things going on. But if your attention is turned somehow towards your spirit, then what happens to you is that you become the power of the spirit. And the power of the spirit is the highest power that you could think of. First of all, spirit is the one that loves. Loves without asking for anything, without expecting anything, just loves. It's an unconditional type of a personality which just emits love. Anybody in trouble, anybody having a problem, just it flows. This capacity to flow in the heart exists. But on top of that is the closing point, is that our attention is not on our spirit. This is the miracle that human beings have turned their attention to their spirit. Then you are amazed how things work out. Without any competition, without any fights, without any quarrels, how your attention becomes fixed on your spirit. They just want peace of the heart. That's only possible when your attention goes to your heart, because in the heart resides the spirit, and the spirit is the source of peace. First is the love, and second, as I told you just now, is the peace. You become extremely peaceful. You become like a witness, and you see the whole drama like a joke. It's nothing so serious to be worried about. It all works out. And this is what one has to become, is to become the spirit, which is your own, which is in your own heart. And that is the source, as I told you, of love. And again, I say of peace. And the third thing that happens to you, that the source of spirit being joy, that joy bubbles in your life. It just bubbles in your life. You don't know how to get out of that great ocean of joy. You start swimming in it, enjoying it, every bit of it. You touch all the shores, going around the whole world, their hearts and everything. It is in the heart that resides. Again I say, it is not in the brain. No mental activity can take you to spirit. Spirit is only possible if your attention could be somehow taken to the spirit. And that's possible only through Kundalini awakening. This change of attitude towards life, this change of complete peace and joy has come to you all because your attention is now on your spirit. Now you don't think of money, money walks your way. You don't think of power, power walks your way. And the power of the spirit is the highest, the most powerful, and the most righteous thing. It is not necessary that you should become a sannyasi, sadhu baba, do all kinds of things. No necessity of these rituals. The spirit is residing within you. Already all you have done in last lives. Now this life, only thing you have to do is to put attention to your spirit. And that's only possible through the awakening of this Kundalini, the primordial mother. When she starts, that's also your own. When she starts rising, she passes through these centers and enriches them, integrates them, and pierces through the last fontanelle bone area and makes you connected to this all-pervading power of divine love. But this power of divine love is not only the love, if you want to say, it is also peace and joy. And also it is the superior wisdom. It is rather subtle for normal man to understand, I know that. I have gone through that. For persons to understand that one can become the spirit. But this is in the evolutionary process. Today is the time for people to become the spirit. This is the blessing of this blossom time, as I call it. And people have to become the spirit. Otherwise, what is left of them is like all other human beings who will, I don't know where they'll end up. So this is an essential step today to become the spirit. All the saints, all the prophets, all the religions have talked about it. Not that they have not. Of course, we have twisted them, we have made separate things, but it's only one simple thing is that you are a spirit. And that spirit, unless and until you become, you cannot achieve any peace, any joy, and no love. Now, no more is needed. What is needed is that you have to put your attention to your spirit. The more you do it, the more you absorb all other attentions and put it to your spirit, which is there already existing. There is nothing to be brought from outside or nothing to be learned. It is inside every one of you, is in the heart. Only thing you have to just feel it. Now that feeling can only come if you are awakened in the Kundalini. Never to criticize anyone. What is the use? Just see logically, if you listen to somebody's criticism, what is the use? What do you gain out of it? Now, by repeating it to somebody else, what do you gain? What is the gain? Simple thing, always ask the question, what is the gain? And why to see something wrong with others? I know by that you can be cheated, somebody can deceive you, it's true. But doesn't matter. You don't get anything into your head. You don't get any filth and any poison in your head. I know there are people who create problem, talk from one to another, do this, do that. But that should not harm you in any way, because you have the spirit, and the spirit cannot be harmed, it cannot be destroyed. He said that it cannot be destroyed by any weapon. it lives and lives forever. So the attention towards the Atma is lacking. Atma Vimukta, that's called. Our eyes have gone, our attention is gone to something away from the spirit, and that's why all the problems are there. Once you are one with your spirit, it works for you because it is in connection with the God Almighty. It is in connection with the all-pervading power, which works out everything. I know this all-pervading power. It has showing so many miraculous photographs about me. And actually, I didn't ask it, but it is doing. Because very active, it is very active. And if it sees anybody who is subtle and who is deep, it acts through. In your business, in your politics, in your family, in everywhere you'll find this light will shine. And you will respect the hearts of others. Respect the love of others. You will respect the spirit that is shining in others. This is the reason why you have learned to respect each other. Because your spirit is enlightened. I can see it so clearly. I am so very happy to see so many of you here for my birthday. I don't know what is the significance of a birthday is, but whatever it is one of the things that I can meet you, all of you here. So very happy. I am thankful to these people who are elites of our society. They are very great people, elected and sometimes given very high positions. And also there are some very well-known industrialists. All of them have to understand the value of spiritual life. It's very important for them. Not to avoid this point, but to be one with your spirit is your own property, is in your own, I should say, the complete glory that you have is to be the spirit. With all this, I don't know how to thank you all and how to thank all these people who spoke so nicely. Only thing I wish you all a great growth in your spiritual life, Atmonnati, into your spirituality, so that it covers all the corners of the world and create a beautiful world of tomorrow. May God bless you.
We will conclude this evening with a song which is in glory of the Mother called Vande Mataram.
मन